Hey guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela. And on this podcast, I wanted to talk to you guys about the ugly truth about the narcissist disappearing. The ugly truth about the narcissist disappearing. And I know a lot of us don't like to hear things like this. I know to a lot of us it's very triggering. And I know to a lot of us, we actually don't even want to believe it or even think about it because we just can't imagine someone doing this to us. Someone, being good to us one minute and, or catching an attitude with us for no reason, or always keeping us in a state of mind where we're afraid to be ourselves or say, or we're afraid to do the wrong thing because this person is at the edge, and they're at the edge because there's a lot of things going on in their brain. They're doing a lot of things behind your back. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to even think about that. I remember just so many situations where eventually when I started to catch on to what was going on, I still didn't want to believe it, just simply because when you're around this person, things are good, right? Or things were good for a long time. Or you just believe that, it was good, and it was good because you were busy with school, or you were busy with work, and everything that person was telling you, you felt like there just wasn't a reason for them to lie, because they came off as someone that, was happy that you were in their life. So they throw you all the way off. Maybe there were things that you questioned, but you overlooked the red flags, and you were enjoying the ride until, things are just unavoidable, or things just happen in a way where you're left feeling as if you did something, but you didn't do anything at all, and you're confused. And next thing you know, this person makes excuses to their behavior, or they blame you, or they just ignore it like it just wasn't a big deal, and it's normal to just disappear. The narcissist will come off to you as, I just needed time to myself, or I can't be with you all the time, or, I have things to do, I have money to make, and things like that. They'll start even using working to why they're disappearing, but in actuality, no one is that busy. And you'll get to a point where you'll actually believe it. Well, maybe, maybe they're tired, or maybe they're busy, or maybe they just need time to themselves because they're stressed out with work, and they'll really walk around really mad, or really looking like they're going through it, or they really walk around looking like they're stressed out, and you're wondering, why is this person so stressed out? Or let me not stress them out, because when they're in a good mood, they're doing nice things for me, and it's not always bad. A lot of times you'll experience, parts of the narcissist where things are, good. And then when things are bad, it's they're really, really bad. And when things are bad, it's there's nothing that you can do to try to make things right, no matter how much you plead, no matter how good you are to this person, because they're willing to disappear on you like you don't even exist. And what is really hurtful about that is that, they'll spend a lot of time with you trying to make you feel happy or comfortable, right? And then they start to try to justify why they're getting ready to do what they're doing. And when they do this, they want to belittle you and put you down. And when you realize that this person is getting ready to disappear, and you start to realize that it's a pattern, it's hurtful. It's hurtful because you realize, wow, you spent all this time with this person and you saw the signs. They start changing the way they talk, changing the way they dress, start changing their hair. They start doing little things, going to places that you've always wanted to go to. And it's like they spent all this time with you just to sneak out and do everything you've ever wanted with someone else. Even, willing to physically abuse you. Knowing that they're wronging you. Not only, will a narcissist leave and do things with other people that you wanted to do with them, but they will also, invest, your finances, or they're willing to steal from you or take from you. They're willing to betray you for someone that they don't even know, that they hardly know. And they're willing to hoover you back. But the problem with this is that you ignore it and you ignore it and you ignore it. And next thing you know, things escalate. So, it goes from, a simple, I was kind of busy, or I fell asleep, or, I had a business trip, or it was, a close relative's birthday, or there was someone died, or, it just becomes all these different excuses. Someone's sick, and, or, they'll even use their kids and people's illnesses against you to justify their actions. And once they used every excuse in the book, it's kind of like, you're at school and you keep telling your teacher, like, hey, my homework got caught in the rain, or, I forgot my homework. I put it in my backpack, but I forgot it, just so you can get that extra day to do your homework, so you can get away with it. The narcissist does that. So they come back after they put the blame on you, and then they'll do something nice to justify their actions, but at the same time they'll still validate why they had to lie in the first place, which really makes no sense, but they need to justify it. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm turning in my homework a little late, I'm back, I might be a little bit late, but I treat you good for the most part. So that's what their behavior starts to become. And, in their mind, they don't feel like they're treating you that bad. In your mind, it's like you're doing this every other week. And now it's starting to be annoying, because it was something that at first, I couldn't even notice you were doing it because I believed everything you told me. And now I'm seeing it, but I still might not have proof, but something's telling me something's wrong. So, there could be a death in the family, and the narcissist tries to use that to avoid you, or to, tell you why their phone is always dead, or things like that. They're going through a lot. But in actuality, you might have a gut feeling that's telling you, well, if you're going through something, wouldn't you want me to be there for you? And because you don't want to be invasive, you'll pull away, but your gut feeling was always right. So the fact that you always had this gut feeling, and in the end they just leave like nothing, and you feel like, why did I spend my whole time with this gut feeling? It's very sick. So most narcissists, they will make up lies just to disappear. They can tell you their car broke down, or their tail lights are out and they can't drive at nighttime. Like, they'll come up with any excuse, flat tire, anything, just for you, just to disappear, just for you not to question them. So, you can literally tell them, hey, I'll come help you out. Where are you at? And next thing you know, they'll just turn off their phone. They'll do stuff like that. And then they'll validate why they did what they did once they're done. Then, they'll do like a silent treatment. Then they'll wait for you to contact them to get validation. Then they'll flip it on you. Then if you don't contact them, they'll wait a couple of days or weeks. Then they'll contact you and tell you that they miss you because they know you're wondering what happened. And then they'll start the whole thing all over again. A lot of narcissists, will claim that they're immature and that's why they did what they did, and they've been in recovery for a year or two, but they're full of it. Narcissists are like the type of people that just will use any excuse to make you believe that they're a regular human being with empathy. When in reality, it's really about what they can gain, because a lot of times they've already ruined a lot of lives. They've already, they're playing with people's lives. So no, they haven't changed. Then it's like, the self-esteem thing. They'll start trying to put your self-esteem down. They'll start trying to like describe you in a way that no one has ever described you before. So they might tell you you're paranoid, or you're insensitive, or you're controlling. They'll start saying things that no one has ever called you, because you've never had that type of problem with someone being cold and then warm and hot and all over the place. So, they'll start, saying things to you where you'll just start feeling like maybe it is you, so now you're doing everything you can to please this person. Now you feel like you have to work harder. You have to look better. You always have to look good for this person. You start feeling the pressure, feeling as if you don't do your best to keep this person, they're going to leave you. Now you're at the edge. You don't know what's going to happen next, and now you're trapped into that manipulation love spell that they've put on you, because if you're that attached to someone, that means that you're especially when there's red flags, you're overlooking the red flags. Not only that, but no matter how much you tell yourself that the things that they tell you to try to put your self-esteem down, even if you tell yourself, I'm strong, these words don't hurt me, secretly they do. You might even cry in the beginning because you can't even believe why your partner's talking to you like this all of a sudden. And they say it to you in a way where they look you in the eyes and it's like another person, and you're wondering like, how did we even get here? Why do they even feel so comfortable to talk to me like that? And it's like, very sick, because they'll do it in a way where it's like, you deserve for me to treat you like this. You deserve it, and you'll be kind of shocked that someone feels like you deserve something like that. You'll feel kind of shocked, and you'll probably even try to separate yourself from the narcissist, because, even if they have this perception of you that you're weak, there's this side of you too that knows you're not weak and knows exactly what the narcissist is trying to do. And it's like you're not quite sure if they're just disappearing and playing these games for no reason, or it's like but you're just not sure, because there's something that's still, just pulling you towards this person. So you'll leave this situation because you'll think, there's nothing I can do. And, even when they try to put your self-esteem down, you still have pride in yourself. You still have pride in yourself because you didn't do anything. And you still have pride in yourself because you know that not everyone views you the way the narcissist views you, but the only person you care about who views you is the narcissist. And you can't understand why. You're like, why do I care so much what this person thinks when, I've never, just attached myself to someone in this way, especially someone who just leaves and disappears, right? And tries to make it seem as if I did something. So, your pride will keep you from bothering the narcissist eventually, and you'll be tired of crying, you'll be tired of looking for them, you'll be tired of wondering like what's going on, because eventually you'll realize I'm not doing anything, because you'll test yourself out, because you're thinking you're going crazy, so you'll tell yourself, what am I doing to make this person disappear? So now you'll be in your best behavior. You'll tell yourself, you know what? I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm not going to ask this person any questions. I'm basically going to be a zombie and like just go along with whatever it is that they want, because I'm trying to understand what am I doing wrong. So in order for me to understand, I need to observe myself and this person. So you'll do everything perfect. Things can be going good. This person can be, show you some type of affection. But even when they show you affection, there's still something that's like something inside of you that just tells you, like no matter how much affection they give you, it just doesn't feel real. It doesn't, it goes from them being your soulmate to then it just doesn't feel real anymore. It feels as if you're basically with someone who just wants to use you for your body or use you for your time, use you for your advice, So you start to feel that no matter what you do, no matter, who you're around, if you're around other people and you're having conversations and you're listening to the narcissist, you start to even see the way they talk to others, friendships, family, people around them. You start to see how fake they are. You see how fake they are. And just like they disappear on you, they might even disappear on those people. Those people might even have stories about how the narcissist just disappears and does things. Or, they might even tell you like how the narcissist just, their mind is everywhere. They'll give you hints. People will give you hints. They might, start making jokes, or, they might give you a clue that the narcissist has a child, or something that they lied to you about, or they might make up a joke and it makes you think about something that the narcissist says. So everything just starts to add up. Not only will people give you hints, but the narcissist will start to get sloppy. They'll disappear, and when they disappear, they drop the receipt. And you might see on the receipt, it says, that they didn't go to work for that many hours this week, yet they were claiming they were working overtime. Or, they're so busy that they don't realize that they left something behind that gives you a clue to something else. Or you might be in the car with them and you find something and it almost feels like someone else left it there for you to find, or, the narcissist leaves their phone behind and they go to work and they rush home when they're supposed to be at work just to grab their phone. They're willing to walk out of their workplace and everything, they're willing to put themselves in risky situations, just to keep you from seeing something. And that those things cause red flags, right? Those things cause red flags when the narcissist leaving behind your back, disappearing, manifest in your reality, because now you're calling it out. This narcissist, they might leave everything squeaky clean, in their car, and they're like, don't drop nothing, not anything, and they're super, clean freaks when it comes to their cars, but they're not really like this at home. Certain things that you just pick up on, and it's because they don't want to leave a trace, not even a fingerprint behind. Before, when you weren't questioning it, they were able to hide it. But the moment that things start manifesting, or things start happening, or people are, someone might hit your car or break your car, or leave a note on your car, and they're telling you, about the narcissist, or things are happening, or someone broke into your house and you're wondering, why are all these bad things happening? There's bad luck after bad luck. You're getting into car accidents. The narcissist is getting into car accidents. They're getting DUIs. All type of things just start happening. You might be with them and then they disappear and something happens to them, and then you tell everyone, oh, they were just here and they just left. I don't know what happened. And the narcissist will say, oh, I was never over there. What are you talking about? I was never with you. It'll just be things that escalate. And the narcissist will keep trying to deceive you. But now your eyes are open. And the more you wonder, what's the truth behind the illusion, behind the magic trick? And you want to know, how was this magic trick just pulled right in front of my eyes like this? Now you're able to see the details of everything. You're able to see how someone was able to put this magic trick on you, how they were able to disappear over and over again, lying to you. Now you're able to see the magic trick. First, you're falling for the illusion. You don't want to believe it. You're telling yourself, oh, I spent most of my time with this person. You don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that there's people out there that know you're in a relationship or know that you're married. You don't want to believe there's people that get off on that. You don't want to believe the person you're with is getting off on that because they're watching you cry, because people are broken, children are broken. You don't want to believe these things. You don't want to believe that someone is this sick. You don't want to believe that someone's playing with your heart, that they don't really care how you feel as long as they feel good, as long as they don't have to be alone, as long as they don't have to look like they're not, no good for nothing. Because when you think about it, some of these narcissists have multiple children. Some of them are working under the table. We're starting to live in a society. We're starting to live in a society where most people aren't going to be able to do certain things like they used to. Like working jobs under the table. People aren't going to be able to do things like that unless they start their own business. And a lot of these narcissists, they're so busy running around with different women that they aren't motivated to do anything but live off of different women. And they're behaving in a manner of whorism. And they're emasculating these women to be the breadwinners and to use their bodies. And eventually, these narcissists will use you from all your supply because things might not be going right for them, or they have people looking for them for child support. A lot of stuff goes on right in front of you, and they're literally pulling a magic trick on you and you don't even know it. and then they're disappearing, and you're not even realizing that some of these people are going back to old supplies, making it seem like they want to be with them just so that they won't pay child support, trying to play like they want to be a family. Soon as they are done, calming this person down, now they're gone to the next person, to the newer supply. Now they're gone to another ex from their past. Now they have a new supply they're trying to groom. And they're jumping from person to person to person, and they don't care about anyone. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They don't care what they put you through. They don't care. They'll give you any excuse that they can give you. They can tell you, I went through trauma. No one taught me. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother. They can tell you whatever lie they want to tell you. I was young. I didn't mean to do that to you. I was young. I'm older now. But they're older and they're still doing the same thing. They haven't changed. They're still doing the same thing. And then they're going after this new supply that doesn't know what's going on. And the new supply is looking up to the narcissist because the narcissist is telling this new supply, look, I have to go to work. I'm making money. I'm doing all of these great things. And acting like they want to help this person. And this new supply is so mesmerized because the narcissist is spending the weekend with them. And they're motivated. The new supply is doing their best, getting that good job, trying to do what they can. Meanwhile, the narcissist has all of these people they've ruined. They've ruined over the years, and they don't care. And they got their eye on the prize, on the next person. And the next person, they're depending on the narcissist. The narcissist is telling them they're busy, they're working. And really, they're going from house to house to house, back and forth, gambling with their life, getting stressed out. That's why their mood is always changing. And if you say something to them about cheating, they get mad. They're like, cheating? I'm thinking about how broke I am. I'm thinking about money. And you can sit there and be trying to give this person a good opportunity for themselves, so that you can build your family. And they don't care because all they're worried about is going from supply to supply. And really, they really don't want to be with anyone. They really just don't want anyone else to be happy. They literally don't want anyone else to be happy because they feel like, hey, this new supply, they think I'm hardworking and I'm this and I'm that, and I've lied about my whole life to them. And eventually it's going to catch up to me. And when it does, I don't want you guys to be happy too. What do I look like disappearing to this new supply that eventually is going to find out I'm a fraud? Because I'm trying to help build this new supply up. I want them to be successful so that if they're successful, I'm successful, because everything that's yours is mine. But they don't know I'm a phony. They don't know I'm a hater and I'm a fraud and I don't like people to be happy. At least not happier than me. And you're thinking to yourself, look, narcissist, there was a point in time where we didn't even know each other. How can you even have that much hate for me to try to stop me from being happy? Especially when you don't have ties to these people, They really want to stop you, especially if you don't have ties to them, run. Because that's some sick stuff. To meet someone and just because you know them, and it's like that distant friend that watches you on Facebook and they watch your stories but they never say anything to you, and then you tell yourself, let me like something of theirs, let me give them a compliment. They never give me a compliment. They just watch me all the time. And they don't even respond back to you. They don't even say anything. And you're wondering, well, why are you always watching me? It's weird. and you might, not get online like that. And the moment that you do get online, they're watching again. And you think to yourself, if this person doesn't like me or doesn't like any of my stuff, or, why are they following me? If I say something to them and they don't want to say anything or just like what I said, why are they following me? Why are they watching me? They're just watching you because if they feel like you're reaching out to them, that makes them feel like, oh, you're thinking about me, but I don't like you. But I want you to think about me. I want you to go to my page. I want you to be, they want you to go watch them. They want you to go watch their stuff. And they're thinking that if they watch your stuff, you're going to go watch them and be jealous of them when you don't even go to their page at all. You don't even care about what they're doing. You're like, I don't care. But the narcissists, they're weird like that. They think, I'm going to watch you so that you can watch me. I'm going to bother you. I'm going to ruin you so that you can watch me be happy with the next person. I'm going to destroy you so you can watch me be happy. I want you to come watch me. They think that they're celebrities. Hello. They think they're really delusional people. They think that everybody wants to be their friend. Everyone likes them. What's sick about them too is that they want to make it seem like they know you so well to the point where they feel like they have the right to use you, and they try to make it seem like they know your life very well before you even met them. And they don't understand that you had a life before you met them. And a lot of the things that the narcissist is into, or what they're attracted to, or the type of life that they want, sometimes that's the life that you were living. And they stole it from you before you got to live it. And then they're going around acting like they're living that life now. And that's because they know they've brought you down to their level. And they love that you didn't get to experience what you were supposed to experience. This person's getting older and older and older, and they'll sit there, oh, everyone tells me I'm so young. I'm so young. This narcissist, man or woman, there's something about them that's iffy. They disappear, and when they disappear from your life, it's never really permanently. Even if they reach out to you years later and they want to act like they're going to hoover you, they're trying to hoover you. That doesn't mean they want to get back with you. They want to come around you. They want to see what's going on in your life. They want to be intimate with you. And that's it. To the narcissist, you're nothing but property. You're nothing but property. And they feel like until you tell them to stop, that's when they'll stop, taking energy from you and lying to you. They literally feel like it's your fault if you even exchange words with them. They feel like you're asking for it right there. Nothing else. So first they disappear and you're wondering what's going on. Then they do, disappear for good when you finally caught up to what they're doing, and you're not going to allow it, because even if you decided to allow it, they're still going to lie. There's no truth in a narcissist. It doesn't matter how much you try to accommodate them, they get off on lying to you. They get off on the illusion. They get off on disappearing and hurting you. They get off on disappearing and hurting people and having them feel clueless about who they are. That's what they want you to think that you know them, and they're thinking to themselves, you don't really know me. This is why after you realize what just happened, or you start to realize it's not in your head. This is why they look at you dead in your eyes, and they'll tell you, Yeah, every time you told me something, yeah, you were psychic. Yeah, every time, it's like you can tell the future. They'll sit there and mock you. They'll sit there and make fun of you. They'll sit there and tell you, yeah, you were shedding tears. Or, yeah, you hit me and you tried to call the cops on me. Yeah, I've been trying to get you back. You're dealing with a hateful, vindictive, evil person. The narcissist really is truly someone that, literally comes to steal, kill, and destroy, because by the time they've tried to destroy you, they disappear. And when they disappear, they they're literally a wolf in sheep's clothing, because they take off that mask and they let you know. And there's no shame in them, because even after that type of betrayal, they're still willing to look you in the eyes and keep playing with you like they didn't just try to kill you. You're dealing with someone that has a sick problem. You're dealing with someone that doesn't want you to be happy. They're willing to come back, hoover you when things don't go their way. They're willing to deny your reality all over again. They're willing to disappear over and over again like they have before in the past. And not only are they willing to do it all over again, they're willing to laugh at you all over again. Like, ha ha, I got you again. It literally just starts to become a cycle where it almost seems like they're taking out this anger on you, like they're making you their little personal punching bag, like they're treating you in a way where it almost feels like someone hurt them and they're revenging that person by taking it out on you. That's almost the feeling you get from it. And you're like, hey, that's not me, but they don't care. So you're dealing with someone that they hold on to all of their exes and their past supplies, and the only reason they hold on to them and they come around them years later, months later, and they just check in and they drop off and they just come and act like they want to be your friend and send you money and let's have dinner, and all this is just BS. It's all BS. It's all meant for you to draw your attention to them. They think if they come in your life and they play games that you're going to now, when they disappear, you're going to now follow them. And you're going to be so desperate that you're going to try to get answers on why they keep doing this to you. So the more you tell them, why are you doing this to me? Why are you hoovering me months later? Why won't you let me move on? Why won't you let me be? All of this, they don't care about none of that. Their whole point is come and find me and start some stuff with my next supply, or come and make yourself look crazy so that other people can think you're crazy, so they won't assume that it was me that basically wasted all of these years with you. Like, I don't want to look like a messed up person because I've been talking really bad about you. And at first everyone was on my side, and now they're starting to think I'm a little bit cruel, because it's starting to show that I never cared about you all of these years. So now people are starting to look at me sideways like, why would you be with someone you don't care about for that long? So now they're like, come over, make yourself look crazy so that I can, disappear on you again, but this time, really humiliate you in front of people, in front of others. They also, feel like by making you look crazy, if they get their karma, which they know they're going to get their karma, they know they're willing to take that risk, because they feel like, especially if supplies keep taking them back, they feel like eventually someone's going to fall for it, until the day comes that no one falls for it and they get their karma completely. And when that day does come, because this is the time right now where, I feel like this cycle is something that just happens, to different generations over and over again. This is the time where the narcissist has to choose, and a lot of them are willing to go all out and lose in the end. And when they lose, and people tell them you should have stayed with so and so, they're going to say, no, that person was crazy. The narcissist never wants to look like they lost. And this is why they'll hoover you. And if they feel like you're still vulnerable, they'll just go around telling other people, see, this is why I didn't stay with this person. Or by the time, they hoover you, you finally see them for who they are. And not only that, they start to look the way that they were supposed to look to you the whole time. And then, you'll think it's over after they do something like that, and it's never over with the narcissist. They're always willing to come back no matter how bad things get. You could be on the verge of like killing each other and they'll still come back. These are the type of people that are dangerous because it literally can end up in a situation where they can hurt you or you can hurt them. And it all has to do with them coming into your life, disappearing, and playing games with you. And they don't stop. They're like blood-sucking vampires because they get off on the drama. They get off on the problems. And if you're dealing with someone that gets off on disappearing and starting chaos with people and never being sure of what they want and, always just confusing you because you'll think to yourself, okay, I'll leave you alone. Leave me alone too. But the thing is, they won't leave you alone. And sometimes you even tell yourself, I'm going to ignore this person. But it gets to the point where they'll start harassing you. They'll start stalking you. They'll start sending you things. They do, things to get your attention, send you flowers. And they do all of these things to make you fall for it again. That's how conniving they are. Like, they'll do all of this so you can fall for it again. And once you do and you fall for it, they disappear. And that will just bring hate, anger, sadness, negative emotions out of you. And that's what they're searching for. And when they realize that you have the, inner peace and you finally give up on the relationship and you're just kind of like over it and you don't even, you're not crying over them and you don't care, that bothers them because they realize, okay, I've tried to destroy this person. They're at the point where they know what I did to them and they don't forgive, they might forgive me, they might not forgive me, but they're at the point where they know what's going on and I couldn't break them completely. And I know that because of this, eventually they'll find happiness again. So as long as they can leave you and you're wondering why they don't love you and you're asking them questions, why don't they care? How could they do this? All of those things are just going to fuel them because you're dealing with someone that likes chaos. They like to create chaos and then they like to disappear. Like that's their thing. Let me start chaos and disappear. So you're dealing with someone that's willing to destroy, themselves and you at the same time because this person, it has nothing to do with you moving on even with a new partner. You being successful, you turning your life around, you focusing on your family, true happiness, true peace, you having peace in your life, that right there bothers them. They want to come in and try to figure out what's bothering you, what type of drama's going on. Because the narcissist feels like as long as you have drama, problems, and you're upset, they can keep coming in your life. They can keep coming, or you'll call and reach out to them when you're going through something. That's what they're hoping for. So when they know that you don't need anyone and they're always going to live a life where they need someone, that angers them. And because that angers them, they'll sit there and lie to you and tell you about the things that they're going to do that they know they'll never do. And they'll disappear from your life to really make you believe that that's probably what they're doing. And they're just full of it. They're not even in a position to be able to do those things, even with a new supply. And because they know that consciously you're getting smarter than them, they feel like, okay, it's time to go now. There's no going back because you're just going to make me feel like less of a person, but you're not even that type of person. And they run from you and go to a lower grade person, and then they get treated how they were avoiding to be treated. Like they're willing to risk it all. They're willing to risk their lives, risk their well-being, their finances, just to get with a new supply. They're willing to do that. And most narcissists end up destroying themselves in the end. It doesn't matter in what situation or position they're in. They end up destroying themselves in the end, because eventually people end up wanting to just use them, and then they have to live with that, and they tell themselves they're okay with that because they've been so used to having different sources of supply that have been good, until eventually people are using them for energy. So you know, everything that they put out, they get back. And, just how they've been playing the disappearing game with people. Eventually, all the people in their life will also start to disappear one by one. And, even their supplies, the love, that the admiration that the supply once gave the narcissist, that will eventually be gone. And they'll be stuck with someone that knows that they're stuck with them. So eventually, if they do end up stuck with someone, they end up with someone that knows that they're stuck with them. And usually that person controls the narcissist. So no matter how much the narcissist does not want to be controlled, and they go from person to person, they know that in the end, they're going to be controlled by someone, and they don't want you to have that satisfaction in knowing that. So, just you knowing that lets that this person, they're basically living in a state of mind where they know eventually they're going to end up in an unhappy situation. But in their mind, as long as they have somewhere to settle, it's better than nothing, right? This is why eventually, when the narcissist permanently disappears out of your life, and this is, because you finally made peace with who they are, the narcissist doesn't have anything but your memory. So the narcissist spends the rest of their life that they're going to be miserable in, reminiscing about the past. And, things won't change for them, because a lot of times when people get close to them, the narcissist has a way of, showing who they've always been. Because to them, it's like, it doesn't matter how old I'm getting, I'm still who I've always been. This is why, these type of people are the people that you just kind of need to leave alone, because they don't stop. It's better to leave them alone. Leave them, in their own thoughts, in their own mind, in their own memories of the past, while you're in the future. They want to be able to give everyone the illusion that they're going to be the happiest they've ever been, so that, people can always wonder what happened to them, or who they are, or are they happy? Are they truly happy? Because the narcissist knows that they weren't going to be able to control you for the long run. For the long run, it was, they know that they've caused so much pain and turmoil, that the way things are going, if they don't leave, it's going to get worse and worse, because of the type of energy that they carry with them, but they'll continue to test you. When they come around every couple months or years, they're just testing you. They're just saying, like, okay, I left you, but did you get stronger? Will you respond to me? They'll have more respect for you if you don't respond to them than when you do, because when you do, they're like, oh, you're not doing anything. You're there where I left you. If you were really strong, you would get out of that situation. Eventually you would have got strong by now. If it was me, I would have been strong by now. I'm not even around you anymore, so it gives them some type of it makes them feel good because they're ignoring the fact that they did a lot of damage. They're ignoring all of that. They're just like, well, I've been away. I gave you an opportunity, and if you haven't done anything with it, then that means that, you know, it almost validates their abuse. It's kind of like, okay, this is why I did it, because I knew you weren't, you're nothing like me, you're not like me, that you're weak, so that's how they view, empaths. When an empath loves them, they don't care about love because it's always a game. It's always a competition. It's always, how can I discard you? How can I disappear? And the disappearing, it fuels me. It fuels me to know how I'm making you feel. It fuels me when you're following me around. You're trying to see what's going on with me. It fuels me when I hoover you every couple of months or years and I say something and I might even trigger you to say something back to me. That fuels me when you even respond to me. It fuels me. It makes me feel like I'm worthy enough of still getting a response from you, which means you're still hurt about what I did, which means that I was the best thing that's ever happened to you. And it must mean that you think I'm happy when I know I'm not, so that's basically the narcissist disappearing for you. And that's everything you guys need to know about the narcissist disappearing. And I'm sorry if it was triggering for some of you, but it's the reality of these type of people. Do not ever believe a word that comes out of their mouth, because their power lies in their words. And it's only if you believe their words have some type of power, which it really doesn't unless you give it to them, because the only words that should have any meaning to you are the words that your spirit speaks, and your boundaries. And your boundaries are always, the red flags are always coming out, and you're always thinking, hey, this is not what I'm into. This is not what I like. You're always thinking it while you're with them. Sometimes the way they talk about life, you'll start to think to yourself, this isn't the guy I thought, this person was, or why, physically. And sometimes they sound very intellectual. They sound like they're making sense, but then they say something and it goes completely left. So when things go completely left, that's actually the person that you're speaking to. Everything else is a facade. It's an illusion, So when they say something, everything that they've pretended to be, you have to look at that like it just went out the door. It just disappeared. It's not who they are. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. I hope that this video was helpful for your healing, for your growth, for you being able to finally put some, things to rest as far as, certain narcissists in your life, so that you can move forward and, you don't have anything to lose. You've already went through, a lot, if you've dealt with a narcissist, you've already went through a lot. Someone trying to gaslight you and deny your reality, or, try to tell you who you are. And for a change, you can be who you've always wanted to be and who you are, authentically, without caring what someone thinks about you, because it really doesn't matter what anyone thinks but what you think. And that was the problem with us, is that we got trapped in the narcissist delusion because we wanted to believe they were who we thought they were in the beginning. And they didn't end up being that person. Everything was just an illusion. So, it's okay. It's okay to rebuild your life. You can't go back to the past, but you have to work with what you have and look forward to a new life with peace and with lots of peace in your life. So, I'm sending you guys lots of love. I need to drink some water. And if you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like, share, subscribe. If you guys want to book a session with me, I'll leave my information in the description box, and give me like 24 hours to respond. And I'm sending you guys lots of love. Talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.